When I left the UN, something incredible happened. I didn't actually lose myself. I didn't actually lose myself. More important, what actually happened was I found myself. I realized at the time I was on autopilot, more or less, not really just doing things and then following. But then that pause or change of rhythm in the way I work helped me to rediscover myself and get to know what I needed to do. In other words, my social account, emotional accounts were barely almost empty, but then the economic account was quite okay. But as is required for every rounded professional, all our accounts have to be in the positive side. So I needed to work on those aspects. So that taught me a good lesson of recalibrating, rediscovering myself, and working towards other potential and other skill sets that I downplay or did not actually recognize during my time with the UN. I also realized that sometimes, when you're in a comfort zone, sometimes it ends up being like your own enemy. Because what happens then is, when you have a good job, it seems not to be a bit more, I would say, uh, forceful in terms of what to do and how you should. You feel it's sort of established that life it's good and everything. So you don't stretch yourself to be able to know what potentials that you have and what you can. So that sort of helped me to sort of see that sometimes to be able to reach your full potential, you have to move away from your comfort zone and embrace the unexpected. So that was quite of a good learning for me during that transition time. The other thing that my leaving the UN taught me was it gave me the opportunity to grow. Because I'd learned a lot from different missions. Lucky enough to work for the program division, the supply division, and also having gotten field level experience, I felt I had a lot to share and a lot of experience to be able to build on, and wherever I find myself, I should be able to hit the ground running, more or less. So that was something that I also picked up after leaving. The other thing that also I liked that with my departure was, even though I was leaving at that time, given the context and the need to be with my family, I did not actually quit, being somebody who always wanted, rights and people's basic necessities provided. Wherever I found myself, I made it a point to see how best I can contribute to that aspect. So, because the UN taught me a lot, that I feel that I am sort of expected to share whatever I know in whatever situations I find myself. And, after leaving, a lot of opportunities came out. I got to do other things different from the UN. And I realized that if I hadn't taken that step or jumped off at that point in time, most of the things that I had to do to discover or develop I wouldn't have gotten the opportunity to do that. It was a tough call, but a necessary call that sort of reshaped my professional and personal life, because I had the courage to move on and then step into the unknown. So that was also another thing that I learned from that whole process.